Hey guys, how's it going? I wanted to address this real quick. It's a 57-second video um, from Fox News talking about new Capitol metal detectors draw criticism from House Republicans. I want to point something out here, speaking from a military standpoint of what they said and how they address this and how it doesn't match protocol. It doesn't match standard SOP, and that's how we operate. That's the standard operating procedure. And what they're showing and what they say and how it doesn't match what's going on. And one comment that was made at the beginning of this, hopefully it'll come through when I play it. One comment they made at the beginning of this, that is a bold-faced lie. So let me see if this comes through. Hopefully it will. If it doesn't, we'll work with it.
Third time since the Civil War, federal troops are spending the night in the U.S. Capitol. But the Guard wants people to know out there in the public that troops resting in the Capitol are on duty. They do have plenty of lodging for when they're off duty so they can get some sleep. Congressional correspondent.
Okay, hopefully that came through. I'll check before I upload and see. So she said Civil War. No Civil War has been declared. Ever since that issue in the Capitol, nothing has happened since. It's been completely quiet. So that's a bold-faced lie. Absolutely nothing has happened since that happened. They ran everybody out. They told everybody they had to leave. They left. That's been the end of it. If it was a civil war, there would be continuous attacks. Now, to address what they showed here about the people that were resting in the Capitol were on duty. You don't rest on duty. When you're on duty, you are awake. If you're caught sleeping on duty, that's Article 15. You don't rest on duty. Now, what they showed was two vehicles in the street and no one guarding. And all these people sleeping. Those guard people are there unarmed. What are they hoping to do being unarmed? What are they hoping to do if they have no way to defend themselves or the Capitol? They're there as a show. It's all a show. It's all fake. It's all ridiculous. Because if you're going to have your guard out there to defend you, you're going to have them armed so they can defend you properly. Because if the enemy is armed, they have to be armed. What good are they? They're just a bullet stop. That's it. If she said they had lodging so that they can sleep, they were all laying on the floor sleeping. If they had lodging, why aren't they in their lodging? What they're telling you is a lie. See, now Fox News is starting to cave in, and they're starting to tell lies too. You can't trust them. Everything she said was a lie. And I'm going to link this video in the description so you guys can watch it in its entirety. I don't want to play any more of it because I don't know even know if the sound's going to come through right. But this is ridiculous. They're going to sit there and call what has happened as a civil war, and it is not a civil war. When Obama was in office, how many neighborhoods were destroyed? How many people ended up homeless? How many people lost their businesses? How many neighborhoods were burned down? That's a civil war. You guys remember? I don't know if anybody remembers this, but you guys remember when Obama was president and down in Louisiana they had this big ordeal coming up saying they were going to go out in the streets at night. They were going to kill as many cops as they could. And the cops had to go neighborhood by neighborhood to keep the peace. A curfew was declared. People don't remember those things. There were more cops killed during Obama's administration because of those riots than the previous years. That's a civil war. So to call this a civil war when you had one event and nothing happened after that is ludicrous. It's a lie. And to sit there and say that these soldiers who are resting in the Capitol, but they're on duty, when you're on duty, you're out there in the streets pulling your duty. You're not resting. You don't rest on duty. You work on duty. This is coming from a person who has military background. This is coming from a person who had to write paperwork up on people who were caught sleeping on duty. You don't sleep on duty. You sleep on duty, you get in trouble. Everything that she said in the beginning of that video was a lie. Everything. So who can you trust? Jesus Christ. You can't trust anyone in this world. Everyone's going to lie to you. I don't trust any media. And I'm learning not to trust the couple of radio people that I listen to. Because they're starting to tell lies too. This is why we have to rely on the Lord. We have to go to the real truth and see what's happening. Having the experience that I have, and many other people are in the same boat I am, you look and listen, and you're like, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie. None of that's true. Nothing she said here is true. Nothing. So what's going on? A narrative is being pushed, an agenda that isn't congruent with the agenda of the American people is being pushed. And they're using our own forces and our own economy and our own government to mask their true agenda. And they're getting the media to do their dirty work for them. So whenever the blame starts to get thrown around, the fingers will be pointed at the people who perpetuated it. And they'll get sold down the river. They'll become the martyr. And they don't even realize that they're playing right into their hands. Guys, this is why we have to be on guard right now. This is why the Lord told us to prepare for these things and to settle it in our hearts and to know what the worst case scenario could be and be prepared for that. But clearly, there's a bunch of misinformation going on. And this reporter here, this blonde woman, needs to be corrected in what she said, because that is absolutely not the truth.